Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Survival Let's Play. So in today's episode I'm going to start on a project that I did on the last world, and that is going to be a farming district. This is not my original idea or anything like that. I saw Mumbo Jumbo do this on Hermitcraft season 6 and 7, and I just thought it was a good idea, so I did it on my last world. And then I'm going to do the same again on this world, but I'm going to do it in a different location. And I've actually chose the location already. So this is where I'm going to be building it, and this is the map, so you can see the layout from above. And there is a big river going through the middle that might be a little bit of a problem. I might have to clear all of that out at some point, but I'm not going to be doing that in today's episode. But the reason I chose this location is because I want to try and keep all of my farms quite close together in this series. On the last world, a few of my farms were spread out quite a lot, and it took a lot of flying around to get to them. So this time I want to try and keep them quite close together. So this is going to be where the farming district is, and you can see right over here is the raid farm. And if I fly just a little bit further, you should see the mob farm go into distance. It should be just over here somewhere, so it's right here. So I'm trying to keep everything quite close together, so that's why I've chose to build the farming district just over here. But I am going to have to flatten out some of this area. So areas like this I'm going to have to bring up a little bit, and then some areas I'm going to have to flatten out and bring down. I want to get it all to Y level 67, which is here, and that's why I've put the chest and the bed here. And I've also brought along all of my tools. So these took a beating over the last 2 or 3 episodes, so I went ahead and mended them all at the XP farm. I've also got all of the shovels as well. I don't know how many of these I'm going to need, but I just mended all of them anyway. But before I start flattening out the land, I want to put a perimeter around the entire area. So the area is going to be the size of this map, and I just want to have a perimeter around the outside. So I'm just going to use some red and white wool like this. And I think it'll look good on the map. It's the same as I did on the other world. But first of all, I've got to find out where the corner is. So I know it's over here somewhere. So what I'm going to do is just put some blocks around randomly, and then if I look on the map they should appear on there. And they're actually not on there, so I'll place some more like this until I can see them on the map. And as you can see, there's some right in the top left corner. So if I move 2 over from this one, I think this is the corner block right there. So if I look on the map now, it's actually 1 up from here. So I'll put a white block right there, and I should be able to see it on the map right in the top left corner. So if you can see that there, now I know that this is the very top corner of the map. So I got rid of all of the red ones, and now I'm just going to alternate these white and red all the way down. And I'm going to do this all the way to the other corner. And if you look in the top corner now, we can see the white and red. So I'm going to do this all the way over there and then all of the way around. And it should come back all the way up to here. So once I've done that, I will start flattening out the area. I'm almost done now, and this actually didn't take too long because it was quite flat around here anyway, so it only took me about an hour, and now it's completely flat everywhere apart from over here where the river is. And I'm not entirely sure what to do with this. I am going to cover it up, but I was going to like place blocks and get rid of all of the water so nothing can spawn down there, but I think I might just cover it over the top of it instead with some grass blocks like this. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll decide pretty soon. And I only ended up using one of these shovels, so the netherite shovel is almost dead, and then I've got like half of this one left as well. So like I said, it really didn't take me too long to get all this done, because it was quite flat here anyway. So I'm just going to cover this river up with some grass blocks. I can't really be bothered clearing it all out right now. I might come back and do that later on, but for right now I'm just going to cover it up and we'll pretend it's not there. It's the next day now and I've been busy. So I've got 2 projects here, one of them is done and one of them is only just started. And before I get onto this one, I'm just going to show you the tree farm over here. And this is pretty much the exact same as I had on the other world. The farm's quite simple. I can just go to the middle and plant a tree like this, and then I can use the bone meal to make it grow faster. And I can just head up to the top, and I'm going to use some rockets. But if you don't have loads of rockets, you could just have a ladder that comes up to the top, and you can get up here. and then I'm just going to mine a tree all of the way down. And now that I've took all of the wood away, all of the leaves are going to start to decay, and all of the items are going to drop into the water and then go into the hoppers in the middle and then get dragged over here into this chest. So this is where all of the items are going to end up. And I've actually got a hoe with fortune on, and this just means I can get a few extra saplings if I need them. I don't really need them at the moment, but if I ever do, I can just use this and get loads of them. Or I could put silk touch on this and then get the leaves instead. But for right now, I've just got the fortune one. And you can see all of the items coming into this chest here. So from the one tree, I've got 14 saplings, and then there's still a few more leaves to decay as well. I don't want to talk too much about this farm because I have done a tutorial for it before on this channel. It is quite simple to build. If you want to go and check out the other tutorial, you can see exactly how I built it. I did change the hoppers a little bit from last time, but that's not really a big change. And the reason I went for this design instead of some kind of redstone design is just because I didn't want to overcomplicate things. I think this farm works just fine as it is. And getting lots of redstone and stuff involved, I just don't think it's too necessary. And before I get on with the next project, I just thought I'd quickly mention why my levels went up a lot since the last clip. And that's just because I stayed AFK at my gold farm overnight last night. And the reason for that is because I've heard rumours that when the new update comes out, that gold farm isn't going to work anymore. And the new update is due to come out on the 8th of June, which is about 6 days from now. So from now until the update comes out, I'm going to try to use that gold farm as much as possible and just get stocked up on loads of gold, and then hopefully I don't need to spend time building another gold farm on this world. So that is the reason I've got 435 levels now. I think in the last clip I had like 105 or something like that. So it went up quite a lot, and I just thought I'd mention why. But anyway, now I can get on with the main project that I wanted to do in this episode, and that is a slime farm, as you can probably tell by the thumbnail and the title. So this is where it's going to go. I've already marked the place out, and this is actually a double slime chunk. So there's one here, this is the corner, and then you can see the other diorite for all of the other corners. And then this is the other one here, so this is the first corner, and you can see the other 3 corners as well. So I've got 2 slime chunks right next to each other. I am going to be building the same slime farm as I built on the other world, and I did a tutorial for it, so if anyone wants to check the original video out, just go and watch that, and then I show exactly how I built it. But this time obviously I'm going to be doing it twice because it's a double slime chunk. To start off with, I just need to dig this place out. So I've already marked out where the slime chunks are. So all of the bit that is lowered down by 1 block is where the slimes can actually spawn. And then the extra bit up here, so there's 3 blocks on this side, and then 3 blocks on this side. This is where the magma blocks are going to go once I've dug all the way down to bedrock, and that's where all of the slimes are going to die. And if anyone doesn't know how to find a slime chunk, if you check out the original video where I built this slime farm, I think in the description I actually told you exactly how to find a slime chunk. So if you don't know how to find one, just go and check out that video and read the description, and then I give like a step-by-step tutorial on how I find them. But anyway, that's pretty much everything I had to say, so I'm just going to start digging all of this out, all of the way down to bedrock. I've dug out the space here all of the way down to bedrock. It didn't actually take too long because I had beacons set up over there. It took about an hour and a half overall, and as you can see, all of the walls are made out of just stone. And if you're wondering why, pretty much I just went around and got rid of all of the dirt and andesite and granite, and I just made it all stone, and I think it looks a lot cleaner this way. And you might be wondering why I'm building a slime farm so early on here. There's definitely other farms I could build that are more useful at the moment, but the reason I'm building the slime farm is because slime balls are kind of hard to get a hold of unless you've got a farm for them. You've either got to go into caves and find some slimes down there, or go and find a swamp, and I think the closest swamp is like 3,000 blocks in that direction. So I'm building a slime farm, and then I can get all of the sticky pistons and slime blocks that I need, and then in the future when I'm building other farms around here, I'll have all of the sticky pistons so I don't have to worry about the slime anymore. But anyway, if I jump down here you can see that I've already started this. So I've got the rail in place, and this is where all of the items are going to get picked up. So I'm going to have some magma blocks at this level, and this is where all of the slimes are going to die. So there's going to be some slime blocks on top of here, and then when the minecart rail comes past, it's going to pick up all of the blocks like you did see there, and then it's going to take all of these into here, and this is just a simple minecart unloader. So so all of the items end up in this chest. And this is pretty much exactly what I did on the other world, apart from this time it's a double slime chunk. So on the last world it would have ended about halfway, which is here, and then it would have gone back, but this time it goes all the way over to this end and then it goes back. So it's pretty much the same, it's just a little bit longer this time. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is just set up the rails on the opposite side, and I'm also going to get the minecart unloaded just in here. And once I've done that, I can start placing the magma blocks, and then I'll get the snowman in place as well. I've actually just gone ahead and finished the farm here. So I've got the rails in place on both sides, and then I've put the magma blocks above. And if you just saw down there, this is what is going to kill the slimes. I'll actually jump down so you can get a little bit of a better view. So the way this farm works is I've got some snow golems trapped in the walls. So this is in the centre of each chunk on both sides. So that means wherever the slime spawn within this area where the stone bricks are, they will see one of the snow golems and start making their way towards it. And as you saw a second ago, it will die on the magma blocks, and then of course I've got the rails underneath this. So the minecart hopper will pick up all of the slime balls, and then it takes it over to the minecart unloaded over there, and then that's where all of the items are going to end up for now. Eventually I will have a storage room that goes up above, but for right now I'm just keeping all of the items behind here. And it's actually been running for like 10 minutes and this is how many I've managed to get. So quite a lot in this one for some reason, not so much on the other side. I'm not entirely sure why that is. This is actually a very simple design, and when I built this before I had I think like 10 of these platforms. So this was the bottom platform, then I had like one at this height, and then like every 3 blocks I had another platform all the way up to Y level 40 or something like that. I think that's like the maximum block that these slimes can spawn on. But I'm actually not going to waste the time building the other platforms just yet. I might come back in another episode or something and build them, but with 2 slime chunks right next to each other like this thing is producing way more slime balls than I'm going to use. So in 10 minutes I managed to get this many. I'm probably not even going to use this many sticky pistons anyway, and obviously this thing is going to keep running every time I'm in the area. So I'm definitely going to get enough slime balls just from this without building all of the other platforms above. But like I said, that's pretty much the finished project now. I didn't really go into too much detail, and that's just because I've already got the tutorial for this farm on my YouTube channel. So that will be linked down in the description. So if anyone wants to see exactly how I built this thing, and how I got the snow golems in here or whatever, just go check that video out, and I went into detail about everything. But you just have to remember that in the tutorial I only did 1 slime chunk, and in this one I've got 2, so it is a little bit bigger, but it's pretty much just repeated on both sides. I've made a little bit more progress here, and you might recognise this because I built this on the other world as well, and this is going to be the entrance to the storage room. Some people asked for a tutorial when I built this last time, but it's actually just really simple, so I didn't really want to do a tutorial for it. But you can pretty much just see exactly what I've done here. So it's an 8x8 cube, and I've got the slime blocks on the outside. This is kind of like a border, and I've actually got these here, so I'll put that back. So it's just a border going around the outside with the slime blocks, and then I've got the lime glass on the inside like this. So this is the same for all 4 sides, and then it's also the same for the top as well. And I've got this doorway at the front so I can go inside, and then on the inside I've got all the slime blocks. I think this just gives a good effect from the outside. You can see the slime blocks through the glass. I just think it looks quite nice. I did mess around with a few different materials when I first built this, but I think the slime blocks look the best on the inside. And then of course at the front I have the face for the slime, and this was one of my favourite buildings in the farming district on the other world, and that's the reason that I built it again on this one. And of course this is going to be for the storage room, so I'm going to have a way down here and then a way back up here, but I'm just not going to have time to get to that in today's episode. And on the other world I had some slime blocks and some green concrete coming out of the mouth, but I'm not really going to do that just yet on this world because this is the centre of the entire farming district. So this is going to be the AFK spot, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do here yet. I think I'm probably just going to dig this down and have some trapdoors, but I don't really want to start building around here just yet, so I'm going to save this until later. Now that I've got the slime farm, I can come and check a few more items off the checklist, and I still haven't finished the roof or the floor yet. It's the same out here with the roof. The reason for that is just that I don't have a lot of time at the moment, I think what I'm going to do in one of the next episodes, either the next one or the one after, I'm just going to spend the entire episode finishing up the projects that I've already started, because I think at this point I've not finished a single project that I've started on this world. So I'm just going to spend a little bit of time in an episode just finishing all of the projects, and then I can start a few new ones after that. But anyway, into here I can check off a few more items. So the first one is in the random blocks, and that is the slime blocks. So I've got 64 of them now. Over to the mob drops, I can check off the slime balls. I've not actually got any yet, so I just named a piece of paper. So that's 64 slime balls. And the final one is in the redstone chest, and that is the sticky pistons. So I'll take out the bit of paper, and then I'll put 64 sticky pistons in there. Now that I've got that out of the way, there's one more thing that I want to do to end today's episode. So I want to go for a quick netherite mining session, and I've actually not got that much TNT, so I'm going to have to craft a little bit more, and then I'm going to head to the nether, and I'm just going to do a quick session.